you heard about the drama with the triathlon at the Paris Olympics? Let me fill you in. With the triathlon, there is the swimming portion, the cycling portion, and the running portion. And the first leg involves swimming in the Seine River in Paris, which has been filthy for years and years and years. The quality of that water isn't that great. And because of the heavy rains in Paris over the weekend, it was not safe to swim in and the competition had to be postponed. So before the Olympics, they had to spend 1.5 billion euros cleaning up the Seine to get it ready for the Olympics. They did that, and then obviously the storm came and there was sewage that leaked into the river, which meant that they couldn't go ahead with the competition on the day that it was scheduled. They postponed it, and it is happening right now. The women's competition was first, so that's done. The men's competition is currently on the go, and these athletes who've trained for many years to compete at the Olympics are now swimming in shit water. They'll be running and cycling on the dirty streets of Paris and are going for gold. And I'm happy for them that their competition was able to proceed. But the actual cost to get this river ready for competition is insane to me. Like, yes, here's the gold medal you worked so hard for, but with a side of E. coli.
Oh, no.
Never. I can't. I just can't.
No, never. I won't. I live on the Seine. It's very, very dirty.
Yeah, of course.
Why not?
Yeah, of course. Sport players do that, so I'm okay.
No, of course not.
You can be sick after that.
Oh no, I'm a swimmer, but I very don't like this water.
The Seine up above, and then there's a whole nother world underneath. We're in the sewer system of Paris. That might sound a little weird or gross, but this used to be a huge tourist destination for the elite. Parties were held here. That's no longer the case, but there is still a museum dedicated to the sewer system of Paris, which remains essential to this city and also its biggest challenge.
It's an old museum. It's opened in 1975. Between the 50s and the 60s, you had a tour boat, but we stopped that because it's not healthy. It wasn't the best ideas that we had at this time of...
It wasn't the best idea.
No.
The sewer system here is old. Feels like we're in a movie.
Exactly.
Like in a chase scene. Only we're running from the smell.
Yes.
Replacing it would require tearing up the entire city. Parisian politicians have famously proclaimed in the past they would swim in the Seine. Not until last week did it actually happen, when the mayor of Paris took a dip. It makes for a nice picture, but it doesn't change the fact that every time it rains, wastewater overflows.
The usually placid River Seine running through the heart of Paris is on a rampage.
A situation the city has been battling for over a century.
Steps have been taken to remove the world-famous treasures of the Louvre Museum and Notre Dame Cathedral to safe ground.
It's much cleaner now than it was.
Oh, incredibly different.
How clean can it get?
I don't know the answer to that because we don't know if it's going to rain and how much it's going to rain. It's like never predict an election. Do not predict whether you can go swimming in the Seine.
In the past few years, traffic has been diverted away from the Seine, and a giant underground rainwater storage tank has been built, all in hopes of making the Seine ready not just for Olympic events, but everyday swimming.
We did 16 samplings, and most of them had a really high rate of two bacteria, which are E. coli and Enterococcus.
So E. coli and Enterococcus, these are fecal bacteria.
They are fecal bacteria.
What would that mean for someone who is swimming?
Well, that means that they can have they can be sick, they can take some gastroenteritis, they can take conjunctivitis, and they can have spots like staphylococcus, which could be quite a problem if they have a low immunity.
So you're talking about testing for E. coli and other fecal matters, but we're watching this vessel, this river vessel go by. This is an industrial river vessel. We have no idea what is coming out of this. Is anybody testing for what might be coming out of a vessel like this?
We don't know about the chemical pollution. We don't know about all that. That's why, for myself, each time people say to me, hey, if the water finally turns good according to the bacteriological criteria, will you swim? I say no, because we don't know about the rest.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Now we're hearing from the athletes who participated in the triathlon in Paris and what they think about the water quality of the Seine River. One of the quotes that's getting a lot of circulation right now is from the Belgian athlete Jolien Vermeulen. She told the broadcaster VTM that she felt and saw things that we shouldn't even be thinking about. Going on to say that she knows she swallowed a lot of water during that race, that was inevitable, but that now only time will tell if she gets sick or not. One of Jolene's teammates who competed in the men's triathlon also had some harsh words about the race organization, but in the end posted this saying that he was so proud to have been a part of the most spectacular race he's ever been in. And that similar sentiment could be seen for Team USA's competitors as well. Taylor Spivey finished 10th, and she told NBC that her biggest concern wasn't the water quality as much as it was the strength of the currents. She told them at one point she felt like she was swimming on a treadmill. Kristen Casper of Team USA said that it's not uncommon for them to be swimming in areas with water quality concerns, so she was just trying to focus on what she could control. Which in the end, she was expressing her disappointment with how the race ended up overall, specifically the cycling portion where she crashed and was almost unable to finish the race, but she carried on and made it through. That really was the case for all of them, so right now, a lot of these athletes are under close watch, and of course, many people are going to be waiting to see if anyone comes out and says, I got sick.
Two Olympic triathletes are now sick from swimming in the Seine. And they knew that water was unsafe to swim in. They still let people dive into it because they wanted to be a good host, even though this is actually worse than just canceling it. Like, we don't even swim in the Hudson River in New York City, and y'all gonna swim in this shit? That water was literally green. Cloudy green. Not that clear, this is like algae green. This is shit water green. And y'all still let people swim in it. I'm entirely fucking confused. And what behooves me even more is the fact that y'all be out here calling the US dirty. And y'all got people swimming in literal fucking shit water. And in all honesty, from what I've heard about how dirty France is, I don't want to go there anymore. Lord knows how that river smells.
Belgium has been forced to withdraw from the mixed relay triathlon after one of its athletes became ill after swimming in the Seine. Claire Michel competed in the women's triathlon last week and is now unfortunately ill. The Belgian Olympic and Interfederal Committee did not reveal Michel's illness. However, concerns have been raised over the River Seine's water quality. According to AP, water quality tests done on the day of the individual triathlon race showed very good bacteria levels. Swiss officials announced that one of their triathletes who also swam in the Seine fell ill with a stomach infection, but stated it was impossible to know if it was linked to the swim.
Seine saga continues despite athletes actually getting sick. They hosted the mixed triathlon event in the Seine River today in Paris. So this weekend, it was reported that some of the athletes that competed in the triathlon events last week did end up having some gastrointestinal issues. But Team Belgium had a player that was ill enough for them to decide that no more players were going in the Seine for any more competitions. This is a look at the English translation of their statement. They pretty much say that this decision was made with the athletes and their entourage. They even say that they hope that lessons will be learned for future triathlon competitions, saying that they need guaranteed competition dates and formats that are clear in advance and that don't give uncertainty to the athletes involved. The AP reported that one of the competitors today told them that he got sick last week, but that he wasn't sure if his little 12-hour stomach bug was the result of the Seine or food poisoning. Swiss officials also made an announcement this weekend saying that one of their athletes would not be able to compete today after competing last week as well. Now, the mayor of Paris was there clapping and cheering on the swimming portion of the event, and all those water levels were checked by the IOC and World Triathlon. Here are the results from today's event, and now it's just a waiting game to see if anyone else is going to get sick.